I get a lot of questions about the best tactics for budgeting and cash flow tracking, and I just wanted to share with you guys the strategy that I found to be best and most effective for
And it
clients.
went like.
Now, traditional budgeting really focuses on the expenses. You have a category, you have a target, stay within that target every single month, and life is good. Now, I do think that's a great method, and there's a ton of different ways to do it, whether you handwrite your notes or use Excel or Mint or Dave Ramsey's app or You Need a Budget. I've honestly used almost all of them. I have a professional planning software that my clients use, and it all works the same. It's all great. That's fine. Now, I do want to preface that I think that's extremely healthy, especially if you're just getting started in financial planning and wealth management, to look through where your money is currently going. There's a chance that you could find a lot of things about yourself and maybe some bad habits that have developed by just letting money kind of sneak away or fall through the cracks. So I don't want to discourage budgeting and cash flow tracking. However, what I don't like is that it really misses the big picture, because you could be on budget every single month and hitting your targets, but still not be on track to retire, or still not be on track to fund your kids' education, or whatever your goal is. And also, as humans, our wants are kind of never ending. I mean, I want the new M1 laptop with the crazy fast computer chip and a new mountain bike, and be able to go on a buddy's bachelor party and be able to travel more and all these different things. It's kind of never ending, but where do you draw the line? And that's really why I like using a goals-based version of budgeting and kind of paying yourself first. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I apologize, this is going to get a little bit wonky, but I want to walk you through an example here. I've never met a client that doesn't want to retire or make work become optional, at least at some point in their life. I know it's probably not super exciting to talk about something that's not going to happen for 30 years, but stick with me here, because we got to figure out how to budget and how much to be saving. So the first thing we got to identify here is the time horizon. Here we are, 2021, I'm age 28. When do you want to become financially independent? How about in 30 years at age 58? It's just a nice round number. And then second retirement here in another 40 years at age 98. Now, the first thing we need to identify is living expenses, because your savings goal is very different if you need to be spending $30,000 a year or $100,000 a year, obviously. So the quick, easy way to do this is just to take a look at your gross income. I'm just using really easy numbers here. Let's say that my gross income is $100,000 a year. And then between taxes, 401k savings at 10%, and other deductions, minus out 40%. So that means my net take-home pay is $5,000 a month. Okay, now where does money go once it hits the bank account? $5,000 a month hits the bank account. It goes towards maybe your student loans, maybe it goes to your mortgage, and then what's left over? Well, whatever's left over is your living expenses, because it's going towards food, groceries, entertainment, sometimes a vacation, sometimes not. It's going to a million different places. So on average, your living expenses are around $3,000 a month. Now, why did I take out mortgage and student loans? Well, because someday that stuff is going to be gone. Someday you're going to pay off the home, you're going to pay off the student loans. Make sure to keep things in your living expenses that maybe are associated with your home, like property tax, insurance, maintenance. That stuff will stay around forever, but that's what we're trying to identify as the living expense. So when we jump back to your plan, $36,000 a year, okay, maybe that's the living expense number we need. Inflate that at 3% for the next 30 years. My gosh, you're gonna have to be spending $87,000 a year to buy the same stuff in the year 2051. Okay, so what's less out? Some prorated Social Security. I realize you can't withdraw Social Security until age 62, but just bear with me here. And then now it's identify the resources. Remember in the cash flow, I said I'm saving 10% to my 401k. Okay, so here's Colin's 401k. Let's say there's 50,000 there today. I'm contributing 10%. Okay, of my gross salary of 100,000, 10,000. Let's say there's a match, 4%. I don't know, I'm just throwing this out there. We grow it at 7% per year for the next 30 years, and I end up with 1.7 million. Okay, we're kind of on track. This is looking really good. I need to have about 1.6, and I'm on track to have 1.7. So then we say, well, what's the next goal? Oh, you want to help fund your kids' education. Call it 50,000 that you want to help with junior's education. Okay, great. Well, kids' education, then let's say that your kid is 5 and they need money by the time they're 18 for school. So let's set up a 529 plan. And today, maybe it starts out with $0. You're going to start contributing $200 a month, or $2,400 a year. Great. After growing that at 7% for the next 13 years, you got almost $50,000. Well, then we need to go back into your cash flow here and add in the $200 a month savings goal. Okay, well, now you only have, look what happened to your living expenses. It went down. Now it went from 3,000 to 2,800. That's what you're left with to go have fun. And I don't care where it goes. It could go towards movie tickets or whatever the heck you want. That's great. That's really what I love about this type of budget, is that you're paying yourself first and you're accomplishing all these goals. Now, one thing that you have to be careful is the I don't know what's going to happen fund. Do you want to change careers? Do you want to buy another home or a vacation home or a cottage, or things that you don't even know that you want in 2021 that maybe you're going to want in 10 years? So having some type of miscellaneous account is a fantastic idea. The more you fund, the better. And the more we're funding this, the more guilt-free you can have with going ahead and spending these dollars. Now, again, I love the tracking of cash flow. I'm still tracking my cash flow so I can go back and see how much money I spent on tea times and things like that, and make sure that's still aligned with my goals and things I want to be spending on. Because if I find that, hey, we're not traveling enough, well, where can I go and cut? It's easy. It's nice to be able to go back and track your expenses and identify some things and habits about yourself. Thanks for watching, and happy building wealth.